if the concept is coming from tradition, then it may not naturally match up with the way we live right now. We live in non-traditional times. This is modern times.
And 50 Cent, he might have actually saved him. Nah, this ain't a joke. It's the kind of industry tea that could shake Hollywood to its core. We're talking freaky parties, major manipulation, and a list of celebs who either said no or gave up their manhood to stay in the game. And now 50 Cent is turning it all into a Netflix documentary called Did He Do It? But the real question is, who else was involved? And why is everybody suddenly acting like they don't even know Diddy?
What advice would you give me on how to find the best in class?
The first thing you need to do for each job is to have a spec sheets, the specifications for that job.
Let's get into it. Terrence Howard recently popped up on the PBD Podcast and dropped a bomb. He says Diddy invited him over to work on acting. But when Terrence showed up, Diddy just sat there, staring. No script, no scenes, just vibes, creepy ones. Then Diddy asked to hear his music. Terrence played it, and again, just that same stare. That's when his assistant pulled him aside and said, "Yo, he's not trying to coach. He's trying to smash."
That's why you have friends since first grade, and people play standards. You know what you should ask a person? You should ask them where that concept of a relationship is coming from.
And suddenly, it all made sense. But Terrence didn't just walk away. He spoke out. And what he said next has the whole industry on edge. He claims there are men in Hollywood who gave up their integrity at those freaky parties. And once they did, they never got it back. According to Terrence, once a man gives up his manhood, mentally, emotionally, or physically,
he's posturing himself this way so he doesn't have to give his relatives money.
I'm a man of the people, Curtis.
It's nearly impossible to recover. He didn't say names, but he dropped hints. He said, you see it in their eyes. They're still haunted by what went down. He even mentioned Justin Bieber. Said you can see Bieber and others still carrying the weight of what they did or what was done to them. And here's the wild part. Terrence isn't even mad at them.
I took him to, because I was tied up on the day, I took him to like the Sugar Factory.
Is that a strip club?
It's something like that. It's almost like that for kids.
He just knows he wasn't willing to go that far. And because of that, he lost roles, lost opportunities, lost entire businesses. But he kept his integrity. And he's not the only one speaking out. 50 Cent posted a clip from Terrence's interview and simply wrote, "No comment, staying positive. God help us all." But behind the scenes, he's doing plenty. 50's been working on a documentary called Did He Do It?
That's no noise, man. No noise. When you just feel a sharp pain in your, sharp pain in your back, you're in the wrong place. You wasn't supposed to be in that yard.
And sources say he's already asked Terrence to appear in it. The goal? Expose everything, every name, every party, every secret. And let's not forget, 50's been calling out Diddy for years. Long before Cassie's lawsuit, long before social media caught on. Now that the world's paying attention, 50's going full petty.
I didn't do well in group sports.
Oh, see, we're opposite. I love it.
Yeah, I like to be where if I lose, it's my fault.
Oh.
Did I know exactly why we lost? Because you couldn't guard your man?
And honestly, he's playing chess while everyone else is stuck on checkers. Meanwhile, Terrence is opening up about the deeper issues. He says Hollywood isn't just shady, it's strategically trying to feminize black men, strip them of their strength, their image, their power. And if they don't comply, they get blackballed. Terrence says he was labeled difficult because he wouldn't play gay roles, wouldn't wear a dress, wouldn't bend over.
Because I don't think that it matters who's making more money. I think it matters the terms of the relationship, how you get involved in it, right? Because I think friendship is the strongest form of a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Figuratively or literally. And the cost? Massive. He got paid just $12,000 for Hustle and Flow, a film that made over $75 million. He never got a dime of royalties from the songs either. Why? Because the studio listed DJ, his character, as the performer, not him. So all the performance royalties, gone. He also said he made only $6,000 for his role in Crash, an Oscar-winning film. And now, he's considering legal action against Paramount to get the money he's owed from the past 20 years. When 50 heard this, he posted, "Damn, Terrence, call me. I'll get you the money they owe. I'm not playing no games over here." And he's not. 50's also offered both Terrence and Taraji real money to work with G-Unit Films, promised to pay them what they deserve. And that's where the power shift really starts. Because while Terrence, 50, Cat Williams, and a few others are speaking up, most celebs are staying dead silent. Why? Maybe because they participated. Maybe because they know their names could pop up next. Take Jay-Z, for example. Diddy once called Jay his strategist, said he was the only person, besides his mama, allowed to call him by his real name, Sean. Jay even skipped Blue Ivy's recital just to perform at Diddy's anniversary show. That's how close they were. But now that the heat's on, Jay's acting like they were never friends. Weird, right? Then there's the game. He said he spent 2 years flying around with Diddy. Parties, private jets, watches, but no music. He said they barely even hit the studio. So what were they doing? You got Stevie J, who was actually named in a lawsuit by Lil Raw, one of Diddy's former producers. Stevie's been defending Diddy, but when 50 posted about him, Stevie got way too defensive. It's given, I'm hiding something. And let's not forget the other names swirling in the mix. DJ Khaled, Rick Ross, MGK. Even Kevin Hart got mentioned in Diddy's ex-employee's testimony. Jonathan Diddy's former assistant claimed that Diddy infected him with an STD, then allegedly sent Rick Ross to shut him up. He also said Khaled, Ross, and Kevin were all part of the wild parties. And as for Machine Gun Kelly, he once said being around Diddy felt crazy, like living next to a walking corporation, but he never said what he saw. Suspicious silence is still silence. And here's the thing, when celebs start distancing themselves from someone they used to call family, it's usually for a reason. Diddy called Jay-Z his extended family, said Jay was the one he called when he gets in trouble. Jay even recorded a tribute when Diddy got his BET Lifetime Achievement Award. But now, Jay's ghosted him completely. And the internet doesn't forget. There's footage, photos. That one time Diddy sang "Happy Birthday" to Jay shirtless and oiled up in his house. That spooning photo with French Montana in Miami. 50 reposted that one with the caption, "What in the world is going on in this picture?" But the real fire is coming because the documentary is done. The names are ready and the silence is about to get shattered. 50 Cent, did he do it? Series is locked in with Netflix. And if Terrence officially signs on, we might see one of the most explosive tell-alls in industry history. The petty is unmatched. The energy is unfiltered. And the questions? They're just getting started. Who gave up their manhood to make it in Hollywood? Who's really hiding skeletons behind their fame? And when the full documentary drops, will anybody still be left standing? Let us know what you think about Terrence's claims and who you think 50's gonna expose next. Because one thing's for sure, this story's far from over.